And welcome back, guys. Today another one of those cars completed by Glossworx, and it's a Calypso Red 325IS, second edition Calypso Red by Glossworx. And I think as time goes on, the colors become just better, the texture just becomes more OEM, and the cars just start to look so much better and so much nicer. Today we're going to talk about the process of this car. We're going to showcase this beauty to you guys, showing you all the work that Glossworx done on this car, and it's just another 325IS restored by Glossworx, bringing the heritage back to South Africa. So let's start off this video today with talking about paint. Paint, the pride of Glossworx, and this Calypso Red color that looks stunning and shimmering right now in the camera, and to me it looks like you could just dive into this paint. So this is not just paint, this is the highest quality brands when it comes to paint in a car. And how we always structure it is, we always say that it's never what you see on the top layer of paint, it's always what's underneath that paint that is the most important, crucial step to take. With this particular car, we've taken it down to metal, and like you guys know by now, every single car that we do at Glossworx, we always like to go right down to the metal in order to see where all the faults lies. On this car, being a nice car coming in, it wasn't a car with a lot of accident damage or anything on the car, and obviously all the usual things that you get over 30 years. We went down to metal structure, we repaired that metal, pin, filed, pulled that metal, and we got the car to look amazing. And once that structures are all in place, and if you don't take shortcuts in those steps, you get the end results, because then the build-up always looks like it's almost factory, and the microns on the paint actually makes the car look as OEM as possible. So much details added to this car. Every single corner of this car, every single part of this car is detailed meticulously to bring out this 325IS. And for me, this color, when you just look at this color and you look at all the pieces fitted onto this car, it just shows so much richness within the color, the depth, the clarity, everything about this color. This is one of the most beautiful colors, and I think it was also one of the niche colors that you got on the 325IS. There were a few colors brought out, and one of the colors that stood out and you didn't have too many of was the Calypso Red. I think one of the biggest challenges when it comes to the 325IS is that the parts are becoming so rare on these cars, and to get parts on these cars are becoming almost impossible. I think most of the car parts have been bought out, and to try and fix up what you have or to work with what you have is always very difficult. With the kit on the cars, and if you notice, I think most of the Glossworx cars, we try to get those kits to fit onto the cars to perfection, and I think this is one of those kits. The examples of when a kit comes in and it's so stretched out and so worn out, and because of time and because the kits are actually plastic, a lot of them warp over the years in the sun. To get these kits to fit is one of the biggest challenges, to get these kits to fit on this car with the original OEM. And guys, when I say OEM, every single clip on these kits, I actually fitted the OEM clips and the OEM way, because a lot of cars that I've seen that come in for the repairs, and a lot of cars, I'm saying like almost 99% of the 325IS that comes into our shop, and we have a bit of these cars that we do on a daily basis, every single one of these kits are fitted with Sikaflex or silicones or glue to actually bring it down. This kit is fitted the right way. If you look at how a kit's supposed to be fitting the right way on the car, and I don't know if you can get it from that angle, but Rob will probably take you guys through with the camera to show you everything is fitted the way it's supposed to fit on the car, and that's with the right clips, and that is with the right two-way tape put onto the body, and it's also fitting onto the panels exactly the way it's supposed to fit, and that alone is a job and a challenge. I think another thing about this color, Rob, and to the audience, is if you look at this, the color on the car, and that candy, the way it pops out, this Calypso Red, when you look at it, I mean, I'm sitting right here and I'm trying to show a feature of the front of the car to show the lines and how we actually bring every single line into detail with the car and how the parts are actually fitted in and how much time is actually spent on getting the front to look like this. And I think many people don't know, but the things that we sit with, like, I would kind of say we enjoy because when you look at the faces that's putting these cars together, and sometimes you've actually sprayed this car and you've done all the work and you find there's a certain thing that's just not trying to fit right, like by the fender or the bumper, and then there's so many components to go back. It's not like your new cars where you can line things up and everything is just made to fit like a puzzle. These older cars, there's so many components beneath, like you got so many things that you need to actually take into consideration before you can line the bumper. And looking at it now, and you think to yourself, okay, fine, you got all the gaps, everything is put into place, but that whole process when we jig this car on the bench and we're trying to bring everything to fit exactly where it's supposed to fit, that's the part that's actually scary. But for me now, looking at the car, the finish, the complete product, where I don't have to, which you guys don't see us behind the scenes fighting and screaming and shouting about certain things that needs to come to this, it looks amazing. It looks like, hey guys, that's like quite a simple job, you know, hey, well done, you sprayed the car, you got everything to look like this. But the biggest frustration is to get the car to actually looking like this. And when you see a 325 IS that's actually lined up like this, it's a proud moment. It's a proud moment for the team at Glossworx to actually make this look like this. And by the way, Rob, it's like the reflection you were talking about just now. When you're looking into a panel right here, you see its clarity, its reflection. I mean, it's like a mirror that I'm looking into right now, and that looks beautiful when it comes to Calypso Red. I think it's really awesome when you do a good paint job on any old car or any classic car to bring it back. To me, it's not the whole process behind restoration, but it's the right paint job. The right paint job, you pay for a paint job at Glossworx, that I know, and a lot of people says why, but me looking into the paint right now, me seeing the texture and all of the lines, that makes it worth it. I think one of the most important things, and I think a lot of you guys will agree with me, is the engine compartment. The engine compartment on any restoration needs to look the part. You cannot have shimmering paint. You cannot have a car looking like it's restored or looking brand new, but the engine compartment looks bad. And for us at Glossworx, this has been one of the trials that we have taken, I think, more than 2 years to perfect, to get to the quality and to get all the equipment to get the engine to look like that. Because there's a process, once again, you need to electroplate, you need to get all the right colors onto this motor itself, which means you have to bring it back to that original look. You have to bead blast, you have to work with the harness to bring the whole harness to come through all of the body lines, and to make sure when the harness is flowing, that flows into every single part that was there when the car was original. And those are the things that we always look at. Those are the things that we feel now comfortable when it comes to the IS, because we've done so many of them now. So the more we're starting to do, the more we're starting to realize in our processes that these are things that you need to do before the restoration. These are things you need to get ready. The harness needs to look like this. We need to make sure that all the wires that was previously cut from the old days when guys used to fit sound, or when there was a short in the system and the guy would cut the harness just to take a shortcut in order to make things just work. We, with that process, especially when it comes to the wiring of your vehicle, we make sure from the beginning stages, when we strip that harness completely out of the car, when we lay it down onto the floor, we make sure all those wires are replaced with the correct wires, and then we take this harness as if it had a reset, and then we put it into the cars. And that's what makes the difference, because for me, it's not just detailing the motor, it's also the drivability of the car. It's also ensuring the client drives well and also has no problems when he's driving the car, to have so that he could enjoy every single moment with a car that he spent a lot of money on. And when it comes to these cars, you guys by now know that parts are not cheap. The cars doesn't take a month to restore. It takes almost a year to restore a car like this. And to restore a car like this, it takes a lot of money that goes into making a car look like this. So one big factor around building any car to make that car reliable and also to just give you that look that makes a car look amazing is always using everything that is brand new on the engine compartment. On this car and every car at Glossworx, you'll always find that the radiators are brand new, the piping, the clamps, everything that we use inside, the water bottles, the windscreen washers, everything you can see on the engine compartment is always brand new. We make sure we find those parts and those components to put onto the car so that it always makes the engine stand out amazingly. And that's, for me, that is the finish, because that's what I look for when I look for a car. You cannot, like I said previously, have an engine compartment that does not look the part. So once again, we spoke about the paint, which is what's on top. We spoke about the engine, what's inside, and now the one most important thing is what's in the bottom. And that's a crucial part of the car, the undercarriage. So many resto shops, so many people who restore cars always forget that one most important part. For me, I think undercarriage is one of the most important parts of the car, and I think there's so much that lies underneath that drivetrain. So we have your suspension, and that's one very important part where we replace everything on the subframe, we replace everything on the diff carrier. Everything there is new, from the braking system to the brake lines to the tanks. Everything is meticulously not just detailed but also opened up, ceramic coated, and everything that makes a difference underneath the car is one of the most important things when it comes to a restoration. So the sealant is one part where we always go, because the fact is these are old cars. And when it comes to old cars, you know, with BMW, especially with the 325 IS or any E30, that floor panel is always rusted. Where the accelerator is always, you know, that floor panel is very weak. Where it comes in the boot, on the boot wells, you know that's always going to be issues. We replace those panels. We import some of our panels, some of them we fabricate, but we replace those panels. We put the sealants back onto those panels, and then obviously the final detailing all happens with the new sealant and then the new color choices that we use for the undercarriage, which is always the OEM colors. Yesterday I sat in the booth while we were spraying a car, and it came to my mind that, you know, it's not just restoring a car, it's also understanding the restoration processes on how we actually restore a car. And when I looked in the booth, we basically sprayed the entire car, we sprayed the sealant underneath the car, but we also looked at the flame that stays behind when you respray in a car. So when you're getting to the bottom of those sills and you spray the color of the car and onto the sealant itself, it's actually to get that paint to stick and adhere there. And that's how the OEM factory actually done it on these cars those years. And those are the things that we're looking at every time we do a car. We're looking to find more and more details on these 325 IS or any E30 to bring back that originality. And I think that's where Glossworx is now starting to put a footprint on the E30 market. It's because we're looking every single day to better ourselves, to give you a better restoration and a better car to drive. And now for the interior bits. I think interior is one of the parts which every client wants always to look the best out of every other part. It's not the paint always. The paint is important because that always attracts everyone to see what a good restoration actually should look like. But the interior is something you sit in. The interior is something which you enjoy in a car because you're going to be traveling in that car, you're going to be driving around, and I think that's one most important factor. So the truth is, when we started off with Glossworx Customs, we found it very difficult to operate on these bolsters on the seats because every single one of these E30s, and the guys out there who feels my pain, who understands an E30, knows that the bolsters on the seats are so damaged and they're always twisted in so many ways, and they're welded and the frames never look good and they're always out of shape. For us to have gotten that right took us a long time, and I think you guys have been watching a lot of our videos because we put a lot on YouTube now recently, and I think you guys have seen as we progressed, all our bolsters become better and more better, and as time goes along, we start to figure out how to become more innovative when it comes to the foam on the seat itself. And I think we're one of the companies right now that, and from not from a prideful perspective, but I think we're one of the companies now that's got that bolster right. Today we're going to show you, and you can go through our other videos as well, and you can see every single one of those bolsters are flowing the way it should be. It's not supposed to be round, guys, because I have the OEM bolsters with me, and we've duplicated that bolsters to actually look like that with the double stitch. So I think we've got that right, and I think it actually looks amazing. The seat actually feels good. And it's one of the things that I'm like really proud to show you guys right now, because I think we've done it. I think we went through all the challenges. I think we cried a lot to get to that point. And I think my team now is proud to actually present these bolsters to you guys, because we've come to a level where we know we've actually won. So one last detail when it comes to interior, and I think that's also a nice detail to talk about, and that's the door panel. So the door panel has to be, when it comes to the 325 IS, original, because the minute you try and put a stitch on those door panels, automatically you know it didn't fit in that time of the car, and you also know that it's not original. And a lot of guys now, I know you can't find those door panels, so what you're actually doing with it is restitching new material, new vinyl onto those door panels, and that obviously shows that the car is not original. So you can restore the car to the highest level, you can get it to the best looking car with the nicest spray job, with the nicest seats. But then it comes to the door panels and it just doesn't fit right on the IS because there's a stitch on it, and they're not supposed to be a stitch. It's more supposed to be blueprinted in terms of having that press on it itself. So with us, we figured out a way, and we've been doing this for some time now, to get the perfect material, to get the perfect paint, to get the perfect way of actually putting texture back onto that panels, and to get that panels looking as OEM as possible. And you're never going to get it to look brand new or 100%, but you're going to get quite close to it. Oh, now the dashboard. Oh, that, I say it with size, and when it comes to the dashboard on these cars, it's something else. I mean, the drama you can see comes out with me immediately. And right now, standing here talking about it, I think my whole team will laugh, because the way we go on about the dashboards, and the way we have fights about this dashboard, and the way we take it out and put it back in, take it out and put it back in until we get it to look like that, is another story. So all of you guys know by now, to get a crackless E30 dashboard is almost impossible. And if you do get one, you're going to pay prices that's almost crazy. I mean, I think I spoke to someone last week with a OEM crackless dashboard, and he called 90K. And for me, 90 grand for a dashboard that a car had no value those years, today, just because of demand, is really high. And even though we're charging the restoration price, we have to up the restoration price to put that sort of a dashboard in a car. So we try and find or source dashboards from everywhere, and if there is a repair, we try and repair it as nice as possible, because there's nothing better in an E30 than an original dashboard. So There's so many cars which is running around right now, and those dashboards are all recovered. And not that there's anything wrong, it just takes away that whole feeling of the original dashboard, because that car's dashboard is supposed to look textured just like that, and it's supposed to look as OEM as possible in order to create the value of the car. And that's why we take so much time to get that dashboard to look like that. And if you guys only knew the process of trying to put texture after repairing a dashboard, I don't have hair for that reason, guys. So, yeah. And then there is one last thing. And this is the thing that all of you guys always come to me and tell me, but Mo, why did you put the black carpet in the IS? That is something I hear so often, and it's so common, and everyone asks me that question. And I'm talking about the enthusiasts because 99% of the guys don't know about this. So we've managed to source out the M3 carpet, which is brand new from the factory. And we managed to buy out all the stock of these carpets because I am OCD when it comes to a lot of things that happen at Glossworx, and the fights is always around me being too OCD when it comes to certain things. Guys, I cannot find myself in this. I mean, imagine you put brand new paint on the car, you're taking it down to metal, you go through the whole process, which takes months to get these cars to look like this. You replace everything on the engine and the drivetrain, you get everything to look brand new, but you put a second-hand carpet in the car. It just doesn't seem right to me, even though it's gray. I'm happy to settle with black. I mean, if you look at that, that looks good. To my eye, that looks amazing. So what? It's not gray, but it's new. So guys, I hope you liked this video. I hope you guys like the content. I hope you guys like the car, because we put a lot of time and love around building these cars. And if you meet my team in one of these days, I'm surely gonna introduce my team to you guys. I think we've scaled up. I think we come to a point now where we're proud of every single one of our technicians. I think everyone has started to master their skills at Glossworx. And as an owner, I'm proud to say I love my team and I love the work they're doing. And this is a proud moment for me because it's another Calypso Red, and we have another 5 to show you guys in production. And I think Glossworx is finally becoming that producing quality company that will be remembered. Thank you, and we see you guys again.